But what's even more Penaconian is this omnipotent wish-granting chalice. Oh, listen to that. Doesn't it sound like a cheap business scam? Only someone from a backwater place like Eurilo 6 could be fooled by a trick like that. Madam Jade. Oh, don't tell me you're actually trying to figure out what kind of game this old man is playing. Fascinating. Well, people with real power wouldn't waste a second of their time on something like this. I mean, who would lower themselves just to entertain him? And if this so-called Holy Grail turns out to be nothing but a marketing gimmick, then things are gonna get really interesting. So, you believe this omnipotent wish-granting chalice might actually be real? So does that mean you're interested in accepting the invitation? On placing your hopes and dreams on some unknown Holy Grail? It's like dousing yourself in oil and diving straight through a ring of fire. Doesn't look promising. But it'll be one hell of a show. I knew it. Penacony and I just can't seem to stay apart. But I have to say, the way they mark the participants, not exactly pleasant. As you wish. 7 souls flowing from the Ember Lord's stony heart. I've always been a gambler, teetering between bad luck and incredible fortune. But even for me, this draw of the cards is a bit... Oh, no doubt he's an incredible servant, but who exactly are you in Penaconian history? Oh, it looks like, just like your servant, he's from another world. Are you guys often summoned into worlds that aren't your own? Okay, what do you mean by a wrong Holy Grail War? Do you mean that in your world, the Holy Grail War is a common ritual, but in our world, old Odie completely botched the process? What? Already hitting you up for revenge? Or maybe our old friend is concerned about an IPC employee showing up, so they're lurking in the shadows to assess us. Well, past enemies can still become present-day allies. Am I right, cowboy? Oh, they aren't coming. I went through a lot of possibilities in my head before we got here. But I never expected to face the most ridiculous of them all. Your servant is... Mr. Rekka? No. Wait, now that I'm looking at him, there's something off. There are more IPC employees who know my face than there are grains of sand in Sigonia's desert. You think I can remember them all? So old Odie even sent invitations to your department? But I thought you folks barely stationed anyone at Penacony. Unless your name is... Never mind. There's no way I'd ever remember the name of some nobody. Archer, as my servant, you'll come with me, right? Oh, what's wrong with being a little underhanded if we can win? So you still refuse? You know, I should use my command spells to force you into submission, but I hate brands on the flesh that bend someone to another's will. If staying with them is your wish, then so be it. But sometimes, a change in perspective will make you see the gamble in its entirety. Are you seeing the enemy's position now, Archer? Now it's time to put an end to this! Why do actors in horror films never see where the monsters come from? Why do monsters keep popping into the frame as long as the film is rolling? It's because the true monster is born beyond the set. The director's lens is the real cradle of terrors. Your presence concealment skill is simply a manifestation of the theatrical rule that characters in the story cannot see the cinematographer filming behind the lens. But monsters are different. They are the soul of horror films, the focus of the lens. Their line of sight is always fixed on the camera's position. That's why only Scott, the man playing the monster, can see you. Did I never mention it to you? Well, I am your fan, Mr. Greedy. Oh, have more confidence in yourself, Mr. Greedy. After I stumbled upon your first movie, curiosity led me to dig through the archives of Greedy films. Now, you had each moviegoer sign a death and liability release waiver before entering the theater, and you released memory zone memes into the theater at intermission. Oh, these interactive marketing tactics were way ahead of their time. You could smell out exact market demands and deliver maximum impact with minimal resources. Oh, had we met back then, I would have made sure to secure a spot for you in the marketing department. Then could you tell us old Odie's plan? If he truly wanted to achieve his wish, he could have easily hired a few masters to stage out a variety show with a rigged outcome. But he deliberately gathered a group of uncontrollable individuals to participate in a holy grail war that might never even happen. There's nowhere in Panaconii more fitting for a grand finale than the Grand Theater. Oh, Mr. Boothill, why are you looking at me like that? Well, instead of calling me Master, a word that brings back dead class structures, I prefer you address me as Mr. Aventurine. Oh, by the way, I think I forgot to ask. Mr. Boothill, do you know which department Scott's from? Wait. Something's off. Miss Note. I trust that you've seen Lancer here, haven't you? A different life? Panaconei's dream bubbles are pure cancer. The Charmony Festival nearly killed me. And that servant's fantasy almost finished the job. I had a dream where I could never win. I got to live as an obedient serf and gave up on even the thought of gambling. And you? Where'd she send you? Good point. But I'm still very curious about your little scheme. Well, I've already been the scapegoat once today, so I'll pass this opportunity to Mr. Odie. So the person we've been talking to was old Odie's servant all along? No need to feel bad for a heritage building insured with hundreds of different policies. Old Odie would never allow himself to lose a single coin over that. Unfortunately, no master was harmed in the making of this show. Even if we tried to hold him accountable, he'd probably just brush it off with his usual tricks. The best legal team money can buy and sky-high compensation. And I fear the Holy Grail War has already given him returns far beyond what he's put into it. The silver lining is that this little spectacle will serve as the perfect excuse during negotiations for Madame Jade to pry open an even bigger opportunity in Penacony. Let's skip the last-minute psychoanalysis, all right? And when it comes to fashion, you're not much better than me, Guardian of Humanity.